First, I'll start by blowing my 12 inches balloons. Then I tie them into pairs and later into quads and finally into clusters of 6. I'm starting with the blue ones. Press it down to make it rounder. Then put the necks together. Twist around 2 times or 3 times. And then tie. So we are going to make pairs for every color until we have enough for a balloon arch. After blowing the 12 inches balloons into pairs, our next pairs will be 18 inches and 12 inches balloons. Make sure it's round, more like an orange rather than a pear. So I'll tie the 18 inches and 12 inches together into a pair. So same for all colors. The next sizes will be the 5 inches. Now, I'm going to make clusters of 6 balloons. The first step is to make a quad by putting 2 pairs of 12 inches balloons together. So put them together and then twist to make your quad. Then you add another pair of 18 inches and then 12 inches balloon to the quad to make a cluster of 6. So just find a spot, then twist it. This is my cluster of 6 balloons. These are going to be the main base of the balloon arch. So I'm going to put all the other colors into 6 clusters. I'm going to make extra quads. So the cluster of 6 balloons would be the foundation of our arch, if it makes sense. Then the extra quads of 4 balloons will be used to add more volume to the base of the arch. And for the 5 inches balloon, I'm going to make quads for all the colors. I'm starting with the pink one. 2 pairs of 5 inches balloon together, twist to make a quad. These are going to be used to fill out any gaps or holes in the arch after we are done. These are all the balloons I'm working with. The cluster of 6 balloons, extra part of 4 balloons, and then the part of 5 inches balloons. I'm going to put them together. I'm using 260 balloon to tie all the clusters together. I'm going to combine 2 or 3 of the 260 this way, just to make it longer. So you put it together and then you tie. Just to make it longer. I'll use about 4 and that should be enough. Where's my last one? So 4. I'm going to put my clusters together. I'm starting with purple at the very bottom. So you tie your 260 balloon around the 18 inches balloon will be at the very bottom on the floor. So tie your 260 balloon around any of the 12 inches ones. Pass it through, around, in, down, just tie it around it. So you have the 260 balloon in the middle. Then I think this time I'll go with purple, blue, and pink. You add another cluster of balloons. I don't want all the 18 inches balloon to face the same direction. So this is facing my left and then this is more towards my right. Stretch it, then pass it through the balloons at the top, the blue ones. Push it down as you stretch so it gets tighter. And continue with the pink. So the purple is facing this way, the blue is facing that way, and the pink is going to face this way. Pass it through, stretch it, and push the cluster down. Then you pass it through the blue one. So the ones at the top get properly attached to the ones at the bottom. To the purple. And then stretch it back to the top. And repeat the process. When your 260 balloon becomes shorter, you can always add an extra and then tie it up. For the last cluster, the 18 inches balloon is going to face upwards. Always push your cluster down as you stretch. Tie the extra 260 around. Then hide it inside. So I have my base of the balloon arch ready. I'm going to mount my stand and then attach. I'm using a rectangle stand for this arch. The height is about 2 meters high and then the width is 1.2 meters. I've partially assembled it just to save time. You just have to loosen it so you can push it through, then you tighten it to hold it. Always try to, figure out if your garland is enough for your stand, just in case you need to add more balloons. I'm going to add another cluster of 6 balloons to the purple one at the bottom, so it's enough to get to the top. Okay, so now this should give me what I wanted. I'm going to attach the first cluster to the very bottom of the stand. I'm not using any band. I'm just going to put it down. Then I insert the stand into the cluster and twist 2 around the stand. Then carefully twist 2 balloons. I'm done attaching the bottom cluster to the stand. So I'm going to move to the top cluster. Just make sure you have the right position for your balloons before attaching it and twisting. Be careful of the screw if you have it on your stand so it doesn't pop the balloon. Try to push the stand into the balloon. Carefully twist 2 balloons around the stand. Then you can get down and arrange them properly. Okay, it looks much better now. The next step is to add volume to the base of the purple ones. I want to add more volume to the purple ones at the bottom. So I'm going to make a band with a 260 and then attach the extra quads. A quad, that's 2 pairs, so 4 balloons. Then I stretch the 260 balloon around it, pull it in the middle and attach. Always position it where you think it's appropriate before attaching. So I'm going to put the elastic band and then wrap it around one of the balloons that's already attached to the stand. So I want this first one to be on this side, and the balloon that's closest to it should be this one, or the 18 inches. I'm using this balloon. Always make sure you push your 260 balloon to the very bottom so it gets tangled around the tied knot of the balloon. I'll add some more. Always find a good spot. And make sure the tie next of the balloon are together and face backwards so it doesn't show on the outer part of the arch. I like the 260 balloon because it stretches much better than just a normal elastic band. So it can go around the 18 inches balloon as well. So the arch is ready. I need to fill all the holes with the 5 inches balloons. As you can see, there's a hole here. I'm going to fill it up with a 5 inches quad. So I have my band from the 260, then I attach it to a balloon that's closest to the hole. I like to arrange the necks of the balloon so they all go to the back. Then we attach it to. Make sure you push the 260 balloon down so it doesn't show. Then you arrange. I'm going to add my rag now. I like to always add my rag after I'm done with the arch because making the arch requires a lot of movement and I don't want to be working on the rag, especially when it's white, so it doesn't get dirty even before I'm done. Okay, to complete everything, we are going to add some tables. I'm done with everything. This is actually for a baby shower, maternity photo shoot, or gender reveal. But on a second thought, I think it's also good for birthday party if you have twins of both genders, so boy and a girl.